Hi everybody, it's Karen from Vintage Style Journals. I've been having a little bit of a play with modelling paste lately, and I just thought you might be interested in just seeing what I've been up to. Now I've left this video on the side because when I put it around the other way, it actually took half the screen away. So bear with me. So here we go. This is just some of the beautiful mouldings that I've been up to. I've made, probably more than 50 or 60 of these because I'm doing them daily, and I'm doing them with modelling paste because it's so flexible when it's dried. You can put it around any object really, and you don't have to worry about it cracking at all. It also picks up the intricate little patterns that are in the mould itself, so they can be quite gorgeous when they're painted up and placed on your items. I've used this one and some others for some baubles that I did for my Christmas tree, and this one here is not completed yet obviously, but this is the design that I just pulled out of the mould, and they're so flexible, and the beautiful intricate patterns come up really well on the molds. So I've been really enjoying making them. In fact, I made 8 for my tree this year, and I've still got a couple happening and that are not finished, including that one, but this one here is done with a different mold. And what I've done is I've used some beautiful vintage women and made a decoupage out of them using Mod Podge decoupage. It's actually a medium that takes the picture off, and you can just have this very thin layer of the paste once it's completed. But this is the other one using an IOD cameo mould. I prefer to use the modelling paste at the moment for the more intricate designs because sorry about going out. The pictures are quite blurry only because I did a close-up on the modelling paste. But yeah, I'm starting to prefer the modelling paste, even though it takes overnight to dry very well. Because I get these beautiful intricate designs they're so flexible, and you can bend them around anything and they don't crack, whereas the modelling clay actually cracks when it dries sometimes, not always, but it dries as hard as a rock, so you can't actually bend it once it's dry unless you're using it straight up and placing it on your item when it's a little bit more flexible before it dries. But then I've found that it can crack as well after it dries, even though I've glued it on a surface. It's often had little cracks or shrunk, and yeah, it just didn't really work out for my design. But here I'm just using my palette knife with this gorgeous modelling paste, and I love the Montmartre one because it's really silky and light and just really beautiful to work with. Some of the other modelling pastes will be quite okay. I got this one at a discount, 30% off, $20, so I did quite well because they can be quite expensive to buy. But what I do is I've left the video on the side because I lost half of the actual video when I put it up right. So I hope you don't mind. I don't suppose it really matters because I'm only filling in the moulds with the paste. But I'm using my scrappy old palette knife and just filling in all the little spots that come up. While it looks a little bit messy at the moment, it'll actually be okay in the end. It just takes a little bit of time to get it in there. Make sure that all the little holes are stuffed with the modelling paste. So you can see they're quite intricate designs. Some of the smaller little scroll work there is just really beautiful. Once it's dried, it's you can see all the lovely design of the mould on them. It just the paste actually picks it all up, and it just seems to work very well for me. it's very therapeutic to do this. And so what I'm doing is I've got a whole pile of these that I've made, and I'm storing them in a lovely little William Morris box that a coffee cup came in, and I can just pull them out and pop them on my art pages and on my baubles or whatever, on my journals. So yeah, just been really having a nice time mucking around with this stuff, and was quite pleased when it turned out the way that I'd hoped it would. Using clay's fine, but I think I just love the texture of this stuff and the fact that it's good to push into the really intricate little designs. And I'm using it quite a bit in my journals that I'm creating at the moment. So I'm using them on the pages, beautiful vintage women pictures, and you can just stick them on anything really. But I suppose I just love the flexibility of it. And yeah, just going to be using this every day, which is what I've been doing. I'm having a little breather from work at the moment through the holidays, and been playing around with a few different ideas. And my apologies for not putting up a video for a while, but yeah, I've just been busy with other stuff, I'm afraid. But yeah, I just thought I'd show you this, and hopefully you'll see the beauty in using this stuff as well. The only downfall I find is just the fact that it takes overnight to dry. I tried putting it out in the sun for a while, but really that just heats up the top layer, but the bottom layer still needs time to actually dry out so that you can pull them out of the moulds. As I said, I've made quite a few of these, and they're really quite beautiful on the projects. You can put them on tags, use them in your journaling. They're not too clunky like the clay. They're lovely and light. Now you can get some light clay, but I found it quite expensive. And yeah, you don't need anything in the actual mould before you put this stuff in, like you would with the IOD moulds and other moulds. You really should probably put some corn flour in so that your clay comes out well. I found my clay just doesn't come out of the moulds the way that it should come out without putting the corn flour in. But I made these ones here earlier, and I just love the way they've turned out. And yeah, so I just hope that you've enjoyed this mini video, and yeah, stay in touch with me, ask any questions, and yeah, I just really appreciate you watching my stuff. Thank you so much. Bye for now.